If you're the New York Knicks, you are now at 3-7. You've got Indiana tonight. I'll be there. It'll be 3-8 in all likelihood. And then you got a road swing that's up. I mean, before long, who knows what their record could be? It could be 4-10. It could be 3-11, 3-12. We just don't know. Mike Woodson does not, I repeat, does not deserve the blame for this. Tyson Chandler's out.
Yep.
Amari Stoudemire is done because of his knees, not because of his heart, not because of his skills, just because of his knees.
Yep.
Raymond Felton and Meta World Peace didn't play last night. Iman Shumpert's head's all over the place because he's continuously a part of trade rumors. And need I remind everybody that J.R. Smith, the reigning sixth man of the year, was suspended for the first 5 games of this season because of, substance use and what have you, and as a violation of the league's drug policy. And as a result, he was out the first 5 games. You knew he was going to be out the first 5 games, so it wasn't a priority in terms of him performing in training camp, preseason, all of this other stuff. So all of that stuff took away from their chemistry. The problem is you have an owner, Mikhail Prokhorov from Brooklyn, who rattled Dolan by talking smack to him. If the Nets were doing better, who knows what would have happened to Mike Woodson already? Because I don't believe that it's fair because of the situation he's under, the level of talent he has available to him. But there's something else that's very conspicuous that's going on. We're hearing Melo talk a lot. And what is Melo saying? I don't know what's wrong with us. The effort and energy isn't there. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's our fault. It's not the coaches, but something needs to be done about it. We all know that when you say something like that, the coach is going to get blamed anyway.
Yep.
And as a result of that, if you're Dolan, your eyebrows are also raised because now you have to prioritize doing whatever you can to appease Melo because Melo is approaching impending free agency this July. Now, I'm here to tell you, something could happen, Skip. Things could change.
Yep.
But as of right now, if you ask me and you put my feet to the fire, I'm telling you Melo's gone.
Okay.
It's over. He's leaving the Knicks, and he's probably going to Los Angeles to play with Kobe in his final 2 years, along with that crew in the with the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm telling you right now, based on what I'm seeing, unless there's a change that takes place with the New York Knicks that we can't see right now, Melo is gone. He's going to Los Angeles.
I do not doubt you for a second. This team is a mess. This team does obviously miss Tyson Chandler. But, Stephen A., it all started, and I love Melo. I respect him as a basketball player, as a scorer. But I think he set the wrong tone just before the season started when he said, I'm paraphrasing, but I'm looking forward to playing the field a little bit after the year. Remember this? I just think on the eve of the season, it sent the wrong message to his teammates who kind of threw up their hands and said, well, I guess we're just playing out the string for Melo here because it comes across like, he's going to explore and he's probably going to leave. So remember, there was also a report that James Dolan told privately the coaches before the year started, the pieces are in place for us to go win a championship this year. I don't think so. J.R. Smith isn't a shell of what J.R. Smith was last year when he won the Sixth-Man Award. Can't seem to find his way. When we got back from dinner last night, I watched the 4th quarter of this game. Man, they look bad. I don't know if it's flat. I don't know if it's no energy. Melo tries to do it all with the basketball in his hands. He's not going to make anybody any better. He got his points in the 4th quarter, and they never were really in the game. At Detroit. Detroit's, from Jamel. They're okay, but the Knicks are still good enough without Tyson Chandler to win that game. And there were moments in the 4th I thought, oh, here they come. No, they're not coming because it looks like it's Melo on the floor with 4 dudes who he's not even hadn't met before. And they're 4 different guys at all different times. And it just doesn't feel right or look. The eye test says this team is in big trouble. And you know what that means ultimately? The coach is going to be in big trouble.
Let me tell you something else I found out while we're here on First Take because I want to make sure I make it clear right here while I got the platform to do so. If you remember, I brought up the name LeBron James. And I told you that Miami was a priority. Cleveland was a close second. The New York Knicks were a distant third. All right, where LeBron James had given indications it was something he was willing to consider. From what I'm being told, that is out the window. he looks at the New York Knicks
really
as straight garbage right now.
Well, they are.
And he views them in terms of getting rid of Glenn Grunwald not appearing to have the stability. Now, that's not to knock Steve Mills or anything like that. This is his first shot. He was the president of Madison Square Garden. He didn't oversee basketball operations. He oversaw the business side of Madison Square Garden. Now he's the president and GM of the basketball team. But from what I'm being told, because of the quickness with which James Dolan makes the decisions that he has made, it gives the impression of instability. And as a result, according to confidants of LeBron James, he ain't thinking about New York now. It's about Miami or Cleveland. Not interested in the New York Knicks, even though that was a distant shot anyway, where you talk about the possibility of him opting out this year or opting in and finishing out his contract following next season, and then considering the New York Knicks. All of that appears to be a wash because the way things are discombobulated right now, we don't know if Melo wants to stay. And I'm here to tell you, the way things are right now, Melo will leave. Don't doubt it for a second. So there's no incentive for LeBron to want to come here to leave a first-class organization like the Miami Heat. If you're going to do that, it appears as if the only place he's going is back home. If not, he's going to stay in South Beach. But the New York Knicks, because of the way things are looking, especially with its owner being so unpredictable, you got guys out there that don't have trust. Steve Mills has to prove himself because guys are getting to know him. And Allen Houston is a guy that played in this league, very competent basketball mind, but not in a decision-making position to say just yet. So they're unproven, which means the only person you can look at is Dolan, and the players don't trust Dolan. So as a result, a guy like LeBron is like, I don't want any part of this. And right now, it looks as if he has just washed away the thought of ever appearing in New York.
Would one day I like to see LeBron James play 41 games at Madison Square Garden a year? Sure, I would. That'd be great. Be great for the city, great for the franchise you love, but not with nobody.